Hi, everyone, and welcome. It's March 2nd, 2026. This is the Consortium Parent Committee for Southern Oregon Education Service District's Indian Education Program. If you're watching this at a later date, thank you. Thanks for watching us and welcome. All right, so we're going to have Allison take it away, and I will just share the agenda that I made as well.
Hi, everybody. Does anybody have anything to share before we get started? I was just wanting to ask. No? Okay. So just starting off today, I was gonna have JC go over. We have a free facilitator training and she has some good information on that. And then also, just to kind of cover again our grand opening at our Phoenix facility. Yay! So JC, you want to talk about this?
Sure. Yeah, let me pull it up. My computer just got a massive update, so it's been a little different.
Oh, that's okay.
Um,
I know they're kind of reminders for us too, but just in
yeah,
case
and my
you
phone got one, so I'm
Well,
like, where's my stuff? Like,
yeah,
yeah.
while JC is uploading that, I want to let you guys know I'm here, but I am going to be muted and my camera off. I had surgery on my knee, what, 2 days ago? 3 days ago. 3 days ago. So I'm a whole mess. So I'm here, but yeah, I'm quietly here. So if you guys need me, yeah, give me
thanks,
time to
Echo.
unmute to answer. Great.
Sending all the
Sending
love
you
and
all
healing
those
vibes.
healing
Yeah.
prayers. Thanks for
Thank you guys.
coming. We
Thank
wish you
you.
well.
Thank you.
And you'll be dancing in no time, yeah?
Bye.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so the facilitator training, I had a meeting with them today. It went really good. A lot of our parents here have already gone through this training. It's wonderful. You learn about equity, but also just like addressing a room, what it takes to present. Um, so Offers and Needs Market is put on by the Post Growth Institute, and basically they receive grant money to work specifically with the Native population. And so a partnership formed last year with us. So they provide stipends for anyone that self identifies as Native, and also it's Indigenous beyond the Americas, which is a way globally to look at indigeneity. And it's, decolonization, really. So that's great. But so it's not just, our stringent program standards. It's going to be anyone that self identifies as Indigenous are able to apply for that stipend. And also, you receive a scholarship for the training. So typically, you would have to pay money to receive this training. But if you're Native, self identifying, then you're able to attend the 3 day training for free. And you also receive a stipend of $250 for your time. Meals are provided. But it's really, really wonderful because their organization actually respects and honors the fact that it's rooted in Indigenous bartering practice. And so what Offers and Needs is reciprocity of making an offer and requesting your need. And I think especially as Native people, we're givers. Like show wealth by what you're giving away. If someone compliments your necklace, you take it off and hand it to them. Like these are very old teachings for us. And so what this is it's also saying, but I also would like this or the, and it's just a free currency exchange. So it's really great and wonderful. We've had Randall go through, Echo's staff, Steph's husband as well, Kylan. And then the idea is once you're done with the training, you can actually run your own offers and needs. And it's community focused, but also it's meeting the need of people where they're at through mutual aid, but also you learn how to really like draw it out and get people to talk about, what those needs are. And yeah, so it's a wonderful opportunity. They're looking into having Two Feathers fry bread food truck for all the meals. That hasn't been pinned down yet, but it's going to be Thursday at about 4:30. We start, and then everything starts right at 5. So that's this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you can sign up through the QR link. I also put the actual code in Parent Square, so you can see it there too. But that's what's coming up. We've got the offers and needs facilitator training. This is a big event, and we're really honored to be able to offer professional development for free with stipends to all of the parents in our program and community as well. So due to lack of interest, we've tried this. This is the second time we've tried. Originally, the idea was just parents and community, within our program. And we didn't fill the slots, and they have stipends that need to be paid before that grant cycle ends. So really just tell anyone we'd love to get it filled. We have about 20 slots, and it sounds like we have 10 right now. So
JC, can you clarify? Because you said Thursday, but that says March 6th. I thought it was Friday night and then Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, you're right. Friday
Night and then
You're
Saturday and
right.
Sunday?
Yeah, Friday.
Okay.
Thursday's culture night. You're right. Thank you.
Sure.
So that starts
So,
Friday for
so
anyone
does
interested.
that mean that we can share the flyer on Facebook on our own personal pages to try to get the word out?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if anyone
Awesome.
has any questions, you can just let them know because you've gone through it.
Yeah,
So
it's an
it's the
amazing
exact
program.
same. Yeah. And also, if you wanted to do it again, you're more than welcome. Freshen up, get a check, what else. But it's a really good time. So yeah, and also they're wonderful. They're really equity driven, their whole team. So it's just really wonderful to see how I know I've learned a lot and improved as a facilitator just from the training I've received from watching them, because they're looking at, is it handicap accessible? What are the needs beforehand? All of the things. So it's great. It's wonderful. We hope we fill it.
If I
And
was only
then,
able to make it to are all the days training days, or is one of them the market and then Saturday, Sunday are the training days?
so like the first one's kind of like a meet and greet, and it sounds like there's going to be like a free like bowling session or something if anyone wanted to like just get together in community and hang out. But really the first one's kind of like unpacking community and like what that means and looks like, sharing a meal, a dinner, because it's kind of an intimate space to get someone comfortable to address what their needs are. So Thursday is kind of more chill, or I mean Friday. I don't know why I keep saying Thursday. It's terrible. Friday is more chill. And then the training day is really Saturday. And then the following day is going to be an actual market. You see what it looks like, that kind of stuff. But it's also training. We've had Auntie Tanya go through, and she provided wonderful feedback. And also, I will say they've actually taken the feedback that we've provided and made it more, even that much more equitable to our culture specifically. So yeah, it's great. So we'll be there. Yeah. And then also, in order to find the newsletter, I don't know if you guys can see the link here, but it's always on our website every single month. So you just go to SOESD, type in Indian education, and it's view current newsletter. and that's where it's at, and that's where it lives. So if you don't get it by email, you can always direct people there. And then next, we're recruiting for student leaders. Still looking, still hoping. So if you know anyone, we would love to get them signed up to join us. And I think that's all I had. Was there anything else, Allison, you wanted me to go over?
If you just want to remind us about our grand opening in Phoenix, then
Yep.
that way we can be ready for it.
Yeah. And then the Queer Indigenous Gatherings happening. This is a wonderful event, and that's at SOU on the 11th. Cutaways now, sign up. And the grand opening happens on Tuesday, April 14th from 4 to 6 p.m. And that's going to be on site at the new building. It's 5465 South Pacific Highway, Phoenix, Oregon, but really it's just that back highway from Phoenix to Ashland. It's kind of over by Talent, really. And everyone's invited. It should be a good time. We invited the Tribes of Oregon, and we're also going to do a special gift honoring for the Cow Creek Tribes language and education team. So that'll be really special as well. And then also you get to meet like the superintendent and the board and all the fun stuff. So that's going to be good. Tuesday, 4 to 6. Gosh, that's going to be a late evening. But it'll be fun. Conaway. So it's those that are entering 8th grade and beyond. So if your student is currently in 7th grade, then you're eligible to apply for Conaway. And also they're doing for the second year now, they're doing a pre-camp with Oregon Shakespeare, and that one's very limited. So you need to apply now if you're interested in those. If you have any questions, we have a lot of Conaway alum throughout our program. But yeah, it's wonderful. It's absolutely free. They're grant given through many, many different grants that they apply for. They keep the cost free for the students, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. And then Culture Night kicks off Thursday. We're going to have Therese Hall from the Southern Oregon Indian Center. We're finally doing it. We're making shawls. We had 2 cancels with her, and she's been sweet as pie working with us on that. And then regalia workshops will be starting. We're hoping Friday evening in Medford with a spot at Painted Horse Recovery when the building is done and complete. And we'll work with Echo for that and her schedule. And then Tuesday evening in Cave Junction. And so basically, we'll have the supplies, we'll have the sewing machines, work on your individual projects, and I'll try to help as best as I can.
Where is the one in Cave Junction going to be at? Is it
at the high school?
The high school, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm working with the principal and assistant principal on getting that scheduled. But we're going to be, it sounds like the cafeteria. So our Josephine County families, we've had a lot of culture nights there, and they're really familiar with the space. But also it's not ideal for regalia. I mean, we don't have very limited plugins, it's a cafeteria. So, but we'll do our absolute best.
We'll bring some extension cords.
If they let us put them in, yeah. But Marvin's great. He's the janitor that works with us, and he's wonderful. So yeah. So that's the newsletter. Also, if you want to submit your biographies, we'll get that in. March 13th, we also have Southern Oregon Indian Centers doing a fundraiser, Fry Bread and Friends at the Grange for the Art Walk. Also, it's Teresa's fry bread recipe, and she's kind of known in the valley as like the fry bread person. So if you've never had her fry bread, you're in for a real treat. And then there's also traditional ecological inquiry program. They're doing a wonderful internship, so that was in the newsletter as well. And that's about it.
Thank
JC,
you.
I had a question about the grand opening. Because it's from 4 to 6 and that's dinner time, are they providing a shared meal or what is there any word on like what we're doing to feed the kiddos on that day?
Yeah. Andrea or Lacey, do you know?
I have not heard anything about that, whether there will be a meal or not.
Yeah. You know, I think too, maybe we could do like a little after social. I think we have the budget for that. We could do a little after, you know, like picnic, something just our families and unpack too, so that we could look into doing something like that to provide that.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of us, like anyone that's coming from the
I
Grants Pass
know.
to the, Cave Junction area, that's,
Yeah.
and especially it being 4 to 6 is definitely dinner time. So
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
got to kind of calculate that
Mhm.
in on
And
my
my kids
kiddos.
require eating every 2 hours. So
Yeah. We got the
yeah, like
preteens
three's
and they get
pushing
very
it. Yeah.
mean. Yes. So if we are not supplying snacks, I must figure it out or I will be,
Yeah. Maybe I'll do those sandwiches again. Honestly, that was like $60 or something. It
Those
wasn't bad.
sandwiches
And
were
it was good.
incredible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, having something too for the elders to snack on might be a good too. Like,
Appropriate.
so even if it's not like a full meal, but
Yeah.
something like finger food wise of like a fruit tray and like little pieces of sandwiches or something. Because I know those elders, that's hard on their travel time as well. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So definitely
Yeah.
something to take into consideration. I would, if we did like a potluck status, I would, I'd bring something too if we needed. So
Yeah, I can also bring something if we need to.
That'd be
yeah.
fun. We could
Some
just meet in
salmon
the
in my
grass or
freezer.
something.
I can bring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, that's like I'm looking forward to
Are
it
we
now. At first I was like, oh man, that's a
are
late
we allowed to
night.
do potlucks?
No.
No, I didn't think
No,
so.
all food.
Are we allowed
So
to
we
do
have to follow the school rules of wherever like a school, the food's prepared within a standardized kitchen. It has to be a commercial standardized licensed kitchen. And then they have to have their food handlers, food preparation, anyone that makes it. So for culture nights, we do follow that policy. But it's anything pre-made. So before, when we had a bigger budget for food and things, we would do, a lot of like Hawaiian food or, getting tacos from like, a taco restaurant. And now everything that I buy is like pre-packaged, pre-made at that commercial kitchen. If that
We
makes
can
sense.
ask with the superintendent to see what their plan is
Yeah, there might
for
be
that
like
day.
light
Yeah.
food. I don't know. I
Yeah.
never even thought to ask. That's a great question.
I
Yeah,
would agree
definitely.
with Echo, definitely. And I feel like kind of like culturally, like when we gather, we have food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from the elders to the kiddos, I know people get real grumpy if you don't got snacks. So even
I
if we
get
gotta just
hangry.
like
Yeah.
Costco, if we gotta Costco up something or something, definitely gotta keep them happy.
Yeah, it should be a really good time though if anyone wants to make it over for that. I'm excited to see the building. I haven't even like driven by it or nothing. I haven't seen a single nothing because I'm never on that highway. So
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
have
be
Excited
surprised.
too.
hopefully
Yeah.
some cousins coming too. So that'll be great.
Oh yeah, cool.
I can bring the kids and some family and check it out.
Totally. Yeah, so
Some of
that's
my
it for
cousins
the
I want to get 506 forms. So
Oh, good. Oh, that's a great reminder. We do need 506 forms. It's our student count right now. Lacey's going to be submitting that for the grant here very soon. So we do need that, as many as we can get. And
Yeah.
also, if we don't currently have one that's valid, we need that as soon as possible.
Yeah, by Thursday is the absolute latest day because it's due on Friday and we have to like show it to the higher ups for them to say, yes, this is what you're submitting. So if anybody needs, if there's anyone who needs like someone to swing by and pick them up, like we can swing by and pick them up. Just let us know and we can try to make it easy.
Did we reschedule a culture night for Grants Pass? I know it got canceled. What was it, last weekend or last week?
Yeah, we did. It's going to be this Thursday.
This Thursday? Okay, perfect.
Yep, this Thursday with Therese doing shawls, and then we're going to do ribbon shirts as well. Those are
Beautiful.
super quick. I have some shirts that are already purchased, but we're going to encourage kids to bring shirts for sure for
Awesome.
their particular sizes, and then we'll provide the ribbons
Awesome.
and do the applique. And then also, we need our sewing machines back. We're still missing quite a few, and I'm not entirely sure where they are. I think we have 3 out of 10.
Dang.
Yeah.
I have one of my
And
own, like I have my own personal one that I could bring to if we needed.
that'd be great. Yeah, we
Yeah,
might.
sure.
Just depending if we have a bigger turnout or not for it. But the 3 I do have are the heavy duty. They're kind of like the great ones to learn on. Because there's not all the bells and whistles, they're just straight, get it done type deal. Yeah, so sewing machines before regalia begins would be good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then next up we just have culture nights going. Yeah. Yeah. Is that all my stuff? Is there anything else you want me to mention?
No, I was just gonna ask you guys, so thanks for sharing everything. Was that all you have?
Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'll stop share.
Thanks, JC. So I was just gonna share some of our upcoming powwow schedule in our area for Oregon, really. If anyone has anything to add, go ahead and do it. I've only got a couple on here, but I know that March 6th and 7th in Grand Ronde, they're gonna do the Grand Ronde round dance coming up. If anyone feels like traveling. And then also there's a second annual Defer Powwow coming up March 7th. So that one's the same weekend, but there's just a couple of things going on, cultural events. The 33rd annual Native American Student Union SOU Powwow is coming up. That one's in April, but I want to start talking about it now because I'm hoping we all can be there. That's the 11th and 12th. They're gonna have some great announcers and a lot of fun events going on. So it sounds like Saturday for that one, grand entries at 1 and then again at 7 p.m. And then on Sunday, they have kind of like a light competition, a friendly competition, I think is how it was worded. And they're gonna do for kiddos and for adults. So that'll be really fun to watch. And that's at noon. So if does anyone know of any other powwows coming up that I want to share about?
Lane Community College will be the week before SOUs. It's always on that schedule. They're the first to kick off, and then all the colleges follow suit. So you're at like assigned your week. It's locked in. So if you ever notice every year it's this one, then that one. Yeah. So we have that coming up. And then also there's the river celebration coming up, if Echo wanted to share about that.
Yeah, Echoes River Celebration.
Yep. Rivers celebration is coming up. It's gonna be on the same day as the water blessing. I kind of just collab them together for the first year just so it would be easier for everybody, like travel time and there's so many events coming up. Am I unmuted? I don't even know. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yeah, so we are just inviting all the tribes asking anybody that wants to come and share language and stories, songs, and we're doing shared meal. We do have Auntie is going to be cooking up fry bread. We are doing the salmon cooking in the old traditional way as well. We have 3 different tribes that are going to be cooking it up so far. And what else? Oh, that's pretty. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a full house. Right now, Painted Horse, our facility is having a little bit of remodeling done. And so we're out of the office for a few weeks. But I also just got surgery. So it's been kind of good timing for me. So I'm able to focus on uh, the river celebration and all that good stuff. And so yeah, I haven't done a lot of promoting on Facebook and all that yet, but I'm gonna get on it here pretty quick. I'm just kind of giving myself time to try to recoup as much as possible. But I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's gonna be a great like coming together ceremony. If you need anything, I'm sure any of us would be super open and willing to helping out. So don't be afraid because I would love to help out with anything you need help with for that.
Yeah. I'm excited to have everybody there and like to share language and prayers and like songs and just like bring back the old way because that's like originally what powwows were the gathering of all the different tribes together to get to share everything and everyone wanted it to be a salmon celebration or a salmon ceremony. But it just didn't feel right to me. I feel like all of the fish should be honored and all the different ways should be honored. And so that's why I went with the river celebration because that way we can, like, everyone can bring different kinds of fish. I'm going to see if my cousins will bring some lamprey um, and uh, and huckleberries and elderberries. And so if there's any like old recipes that you guys want to break out and stuff like that, like everything is welcome. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's gonna be really cool.
I love that. What three? You mentioned all the tribes that you have coming. Can I ask you which 3? You said I have 3 tribes coming.
Oh, I have 3 different ways of it being cooked. So I have Mark from the Talawa. I have Kyle from up in the Coos. And I have the Talawa. It was up in the Talawa tribe that I have those ones, these steaks being made. And then I have my cousin, well, I don't know if I'm going to leave him in charge of it, but I have some Cow Creek, the family of yours that's going to come over and help.
Cool.
So yeah, so we have I have 3 different sets of salmon steaks that are going to be used. 2 of them are old and traditional from Grandma Aggie's original salmon ceremonies, and then I also had asked the elder to make us some just for
Aw.
like creating the new, and so bringing the new in with the old, and yeah, so it'll be good.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, Echo. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure I can be there.
good, good.
And that's on April 18th, Tillamook Falls, Gold Hill, Oregon.
Yep, yep.
Awesome. So that was all I had. Does anyone else have any other like powwows or cultural events? No? Okay, I think I think the last thing I really had for us to talk about today was just me giving a brief wellness blip. And this is regardless of people's like vaccination statuses or anything like that. You know, not everybody chooses to do that, and that's totally fine. But just I wanted to share like we have identified in Josephine and in Jackson County there are measles in the wastewater. We don't have confirmed cases in people yet, which is great. But because of that, I just wanted to share for awareness, like symptoms for your kiddos or, you know, other people's kiddos, just in case. So that would just be like a high fever, malice, cough, runny nose, conjunctivitis, which is like pink eye or, you know, like an eye infection going on. Koplik spots were little white spots in the mouth and then a rash. And it kind of presents a lot like the flu, but it's just you're gonna end up with a rash and that rash won't hit immediately. And so, that was the last thing I had. I just wanted to share that, seeing as I think we have had confirmed cases in Oregon, just not here in our counties yet. But like I said, it was detected in the rain, like the wastewater. So just, you know, beware and wash your hands and all those good things. Okay.
Thanks for that. Does anyone
Yeah.
have anything they want to add or share about what's going on with your life? What are you doing? Do you need us in any way? Any feedback for our program? We're rocking and rolling, and we're getting to busy season. So spring's my favorite season, and it's also our busiest time. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've got a million things on the works. Native games, graduation is going to be like the next focus for sure. After we get through regalia. Yeah, those will be our last two events, and then we're done for the school year. It's so crazy. Like once you get past February, it's just like gone. It's just rocket. Yeah, so we're working on the grant. Get those numbers in on Friday, and that's the only update I think for that, right, Lacey?
Yeah, pretty much. That'll be our funding for next year. So that's why it's really critical if anyone needs any help getting 506 forms, we have to have, I mean, eventually we need to have them physically in hand, but if there's an issue with just getting them on time, like even a photograph, like filling out a form, taking a picture and texting it or emailing it or something to JC or I, that will do well enough for us to get it in our account. And then you can send us, we can get the actual form at a later point. And I just got an email late this afternoon, and I don't know if I don't remember if we talked about it last time, but at our tribal consultation with the districts, Jesse Jackson and Jennifer Reed from Cow Creek, band of the Umpqua tribe, they had shared a suggestion for having districts include the process of being able to complete a 506 form when families register. So, like when you register, if you indicate American Indian, Alaska Native, self-identification on the form for the student, that it would automatically bring you to a place where you could complete a 506 form. And I just got an email from Central Point School District that said they have consulted with Salem Kaiser School District to get more information on how to do it, because I guess they do it. And they also consulted with Klamath County School District to get more information. And so they are going to go ahead and go forward with that and get that built into their online registration system. So
Yay.
yeah, so I was
That's
really
awesome.
excited about that. And so hopefully this will be the start. And in my response to them, I'm saying it would be wonderful if at some point we can find a way for you to share with other districts how you did it, so that we can make it easier for other districts to try that as well. Because that way parents can just complete that right when they're registering their child, and they don't have to deal with the other forms later. They'll be good to go. So we're hoping that'll make it more convenient for families to be able to complete that. So I thought that was very encouraging.
Very nice. And so I just want to share how you find the forms. So it's in our newsletter. This stays. This little bottom section just lives here. So how to register for the program. So you click it and it's going to pull it up right here. You can fill this out and then print it off. We also mailed all of the forms. And then also, let me stop share. Are you seeing Google right now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to type in SOESD Indian Education. It's going to take us to the focal student groups. From there, you toggle to Title VI Indian Education. And this is how you view the current newsletter. And then if you scroll down, here's exactly that selection from the newsletter. So you can grab it here, you can grab it from the current newsletter, and then also we're going to get this updated as well, this selection here, and then include this year's bylaws. But yeah, so that's where it's at. You can always direct them to our website, and also every school has the form as well. So, but it's a paper form. So once they register, that's exciting, honestly. So good
There's a
stuff.
lot of other great stuff on that site too. I was looking at the civil rights
Yeah,
information
thank you.
and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good information on there.
Wow, thanks.
Besides
Yeah,
506
that
ones. I
was
mean, it's a
like a
good thing to
week
look at.
long, many meetings, like literally someone learned web development
Yeah.
to like really upgrade that and all of our websites. But we're really proud of it. It has very recent photos and recent information. It has the Tribes of Oregon websites, and then also our scholarship list is on there and lives on there as well. And that's the one with over 20,000 scholarships that I maintain and update.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for noticing.
Yeah,
That
you're
was a lot
welcome.
of
I'm like,
work.
that was great.
Yeah.
I was browsing
So
on there the other night and I'm
great
like, oh my gosh,
feedback.
there's everything on here.
Yeah. 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 But I do love the more current photos. And then also we're getting new like place cards too. I don't know if you guys have seen them when we table, but they're just like information sheets and it says like SOESD Indian Education. But they were over 10 years old. So we're getting those updated too. It was like 4 facilitators ago. So however long that is.
I can't wait to see them.
Yeah. And then the photo that we used is from Native Games at Vesper. So that was our end of the year event last year. So that'll be really cute. Yeah. And then also it has current information like culture nights, like I think some of the stuff on there, they're just not programs that we do anymore. So that was also a thing. But yeah, so that'll be coming. And then that's really it for like behind the scenes stuff that we've been working on.
That's good. Really quick, Lacey, I was gonna mention something when you were talking about the direct registration. I think that's awesome. I think it would be really beneficial to find out what kind of like information they're sharing about the program along with the form. Because like for myself as a parent, even like I know for my mom as well, we always got these forms in the mail and we're like, what are these? And they became like our play mail because they have names on them,
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as like having information along with those about what actually comes with the program, I think would be really important to share, like, or to, reach out to the schools and have them share that information. Like, hey, we actually do gatherings, we actually do meals, we actually do cultural activities, you're not just filling out this form, and I think that would be super beneficial to the families.
I
That's
think you're
great
absolutely
feedback.
right. And I'm wondering if we can then, once we get those cards that JC was talking about, we can provide them to schools and get them send a few to the schools and ask them to kind of have them on hand so that when they do work with families who are registering their kids and they can have those available. I know when I go to the schools, like there's always in the office, there's always like a rack that has different brochures and things about different programs. So we can try to get those out into as many schools as we can. Even if it's just like whatever, maybe 10 copies to each school so that they have something. And then that, and it'll also be informative for the staff too. Like if we're sending them
Yeah,
those flyer cards, then they can
true.
read them and learn a little bit more about the program as well, and then also have them to hand out. So thank you for bringing that up. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
that's a great idea. And then also we did improve in the last couple years with the mail. It comes with like a cover page of like just a little bit of information about our program and that we do gatherings. And it has like, our tribal affiliation, like all of that stuff. So they know, okay, this is a native thing. It's not India, it's, because that was also things, you know. So cool. And then also we included the logo, the salmon that was done by a Klamath artist and Rowena Jackson. She's the artist for our salmon logo. And so we included that like salmon logo too. So it's like, oh, native. Okay. So cool. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they would like for the next one? And then also, I'm just going to share last time's meeting minutes really quick so we get that done. Share. The new Zoom, I'm struggling. Like, share was always in the middle. Like, why do they move it to the side?
I was curious, did we have that conversation with the superintendents that we had talked about in the last meeting? Did that
About the
happen?
needs assessment?
Um, I think it was about that, the one that we had been asked,
Not yet, because
Okay.
I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to see if anyone else had any additional things to add. And then I was going to try to also, because there's other groups too that we are wanting to reach out to. And so it will probably it'll be at some point before the end of the school year.
I think
But we also wanted
April,
to
she
reach
said.
out to like for
Yeah.
migrant education and possibly the LGBTQ2SI plus grant that we also manage. So we wanted to be able to kind of compile it um, to just because getting the attention of the superintendents, it's as you can imagine, they're really busy. And so like getting on the agenda and everything, I'd like to have like all of the pieces so that when I present it to them, I can share all the pieces with them at that time. And so I'm continuing to gather that. But I have a document, I have a spreadsheet where I've started where I took your input and I put it um, in an anonymous way. I'm not identifying genders. I'm not identifying, I'm just saying elementary school or high school or middle school, and that's the only way I'm identifying.
I had another question too, just a comment actually, really, because even like I told you, I was looking at that website the other night. I noticed like so for Title VI, we have multiple, like you said, kind of like branches, right? So we've got like the migrant program, and then we have the Indian Ed program. So I'm curious as to like I've been talking a lot about preschool, okay, because in our Title VI says, that it's pre-K through high school, right? And I'm curious if like, and I think that I've been made aware at some point, correct me if I'm wrong, that the migrant program has preschool programs. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes, it does.
And I'm curious as to if we can work on having a better outreach to our preschool kids for our Indian education program. And like, I know we've talked about it, it has to be a free program from the state, but at what, is there some way that we can kind of work on progressing that to our younger kids with our program?
That's a really great idea, and that would super help with our recruitment. I will say that everything we share is kind of at the mercy of the school districts on whether they share something or not. So, the newsletter, our everything, it's on them. and like their one person who does their media to do that outreach. But I will say we do reach quite a bit of families within the school district, which does generate a lot of preschool age children. So I'll say that's one way that we're definitely disseminating information. Three Rivers is really good about sharing our newsletter through their own parent square. And they'll also share other events and stuff like that we do to encourage more people to apply for our program. But that's definitely something we could work on. Also, I will say Tina is a parent in our program, and she has all the contacts of Grant's past childcares. So I can certainly reach out to her. And she also has openings right now, 1 to 2. So she's a native business owner and a phenomenal parent, phenomenal mother. She's our last year's student leader's mom. And so she has a preschool center in her home that she does. And so I can certainly reach out to her. And then also ESD has a childcare like referral link, and they do the different trainings and stuff. So I can certainly reach out to them about sharing, whatever it is that we find appropriate for them to share with their organization. And I'd be more than happy to like sit there and, explain what we are and what we do and all that fun stuff. And then also I will say ESD, it makes it kind of easy for us to partner up with other groups like we did for the STEM team. It was like just an email, we got STEM to come in and do all that fun stuff. It would be really similar because we have preschool programs within ESD. And my office is actually right next to a preschool at ESD. No native students, I've asked, but I'm housed in the evaluation center, and then right next door is the preschool for ESD. So yeah, and I can reach out to them too about sharing our stuff. They already do receive our newsletter, just so that they know when I'm really going to be out of office and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's a great idea. If nothing else, just getting them to add to the newsletter email list. And then it's up to them if they disseminate it or not. But yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
To get those kiddos even earlier, because a lot of
Definitely,
times
especially
we're
with,
getting them.
if we can do some like immersion of cultures and do more with our languages and stuff like that, how cool would that be? That's kind of where
Really
like, the angle I was kind of hoping like for the littles, they learn things so easily when they're young and
Well, in my little heart's preschool. So I started at Head Start in my education career, and my first degree is in early childhood education. And then I'm also a licensed child care development specialist. And so I'm like 0 to 5 child brain is, like how, I approach that. But I really, my heart's in preschool. And then also for our specific tribe and our nation, our people, we would actually have our children 7 years apart intentionally because we knew the value of early childhood. And that's something, that now, of course, there's all kinds of research and, everyone, but it's like at that time, through our teachings, the mom would just, be devoted to the upbringing of one child. It's like, you have to literally lock in and then I didn't actually learn that teaching until after I had my children, but my children are 7 years apart. So I was like, what? I'm so tradish, But really it was Alyssa going to kindergarten and me like crying, it's like I need another baby. Before it's too late, one more. But so my heart's in early childhood education. And always will be. So, but I do a lot of work with the high schoolers, I would say now, which is also great. I've kind of grown with the age of my children, I will say. which is fun too.
That's important. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing, but that's great. Yeah, we should certainly reach out to them. And
Yeah. Also, I spoke with Tina today. There
yeah,
is going to be 2 spots available at her daycare service coming up. So, if anyone is looking for daycare preschool services, she is amazing. So,
located in Grants Pass
yep.
and a traditional family.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So what a rinky-dink. She texted me that too. I got 2 spots. I was like, okay. So, you know, it was meant to be. It was meant to talk about these things preschool for sure. Yeah, so I'll reach out to Tina for sure, and then anyone else. I think a lot of it too is like word of mouth. I think the Medford event that we do in the September of each year has been great for us. And then also the Martin Luther King event was really great for us because we were in the paper, we were on the news, so a lot of people just kind of learn that we exist, and that we're here and they know about us. So that was really great. And then unfortunately, Mariah's event coming up is not going to work, but we're always looking at those tabling opportunities. One at native events to like actually find the students, but also community events, just to get it out that we're here. So cool. Yeah, recruitment's a big part too. And then also like any native person I see, I'm telling them about the program. So it's like, oh, I don't know you. Oh, who are you? Who are
I
your
know
kids?
kindergarten launch is happening right now too. That would
Oh,
be
that
like
would
a
be a
good
good
place
one.
to find kids.
Yeah, I can send something to the schools. Yeah, that's a great idea. We did that last year, right? I think you actually tabled for us at the Grants Pass one.
I can reach out to some schools in my
Maybe
area
it was 2 years ago.
for
Cool.
kindergartners. If
Cool.
you guys
Yeah.
want me to do some tabling out here, I usually have the beginning of the weeks off, so I don't know when they're doing the launches. I'll have to find that out. That would be fun. I was curious too. Randall, did you have any solution with your kiddo and your principal?
I did.
Good.
It was a total miscommunication, misunderstanding.
Oh yeah, that happens. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you
I've
got it figured
noticed a
out. I was
lot
thinking
of
about
times
it.
they do a blanket statement just for
Yes.
everybody and not realizing. I've run into that with 2 schools now. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
And that's
you don't
that's what it
want.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a meeting with the principal and everything. Everything's good to go.
Good. Good.
Oh, right on. Glad to hear that.
Great. And I did include the feather in this newsletter, and then the next one will be more graduation focused. But basically, you just go through the application. There's a large wait, but they do rush out the graduation ones, from what I've been told. So I'm still waiting. I think I've been on the list for like 4 years for tail. So, I mean, it's like a very, long list. So I didn't know to write graduation or I totally would have. No, I'm kidding. Cool. Well, I think that's all I have unless anyone else has anything else, and we can stop recording and do check-ins too, if that feels appropriate. Cool.
The only thing I would have to share is specific to students that are in the tribe that I'm in, Cherokee Nation, Oklahoma, have opened their scholarship applications in the Gadoogie portal, from what I remember reading. So that's the only
Nice.
thing I have to share. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's great. Basically most tribes, nations, bands, rancherias, villages, clans, they're going to have their very own scholarship available. That's sourced by the federal government. So, but they are the ones that oversee it. That's like their sovereign right. So basically, you apply through the education department, and that's a big part of the scholarship training. Is it's like you go to your own tribe first, apply for that, and then branch out to state, then branch out to nation, and then include that individual school as well. But ours just opened, and ours go year long for our tribe. Like they have open and close dates, but it's all year long throughout each semester. And ours is $2,500.
So,
And it helps, you know, it's a lot, you know, for your books or, you know, whatever. Yeah. So I'd say like that's like the other half of my heart. Like my one heart is like early childhood, my other heart is getting kids to college. Just because I'm a first generation student and I knew nobody that went to college. You know, I'm from like real poor reservation lands. So yeah, if I can do it, you can do it, you know.